Did you know that a small piece of metal, often tossed aside without a second thought, could actually make you a multimillionaire overnight? The 2002 5-cent coin from the United States, a coin that once jingled casually in pockets and fell between couch cushions, is now commanding an unbelievable face value of $462 million, a staggering amount that has stunned collectors, experts, and historians alike, and has sparked a frenzy across the globe as treasure hunters dig through their coin jars and old drawers in search of this tiny yet monumental financial marvel. And what makes this coin so extraordinarily valuable isn't just its age or circulation rarity, but a series of minting anomalies, production quirks, and historical backdrops that have turned it from an everyday nickel into a record-smashing collectible, beginning with the fact that it was struck at the Denver Mint during a transitional phase in coin production when certain planchets, those blank pieces of metal used to create coins, were mistakenly used in combination with outdated dies, resulting in a blend of old and new design features never meant to coexist on a single coin. And while millions of regular 2002 nickels were produced and circulated, only a minuscule batch of these flawed hybrid coins slipped through quality control, creating a microscopic population of ultra-rare specimens that collectors covet with unmatched fervor. And this particular coin's value skyrocketed after a single pristine example surfaced at an estate sale in Colorado and was subsequently authenticated by top numismatic grading services who awarded it a virtually perfect mint state grade, confirming the presence of what experts now call the reverse of 2001 anomaly, where the Monticello building on the back of the coin displayed architectural elements previously retired from design, paired with an obverse featuring a deeply struck Jefferson portrait with doubled inscriptions around the edge, a type of doubling known as DDO, or doubled die obverse, that immediately excites error coin aficionados due to its sharpness and rarity. And when news of this find broke across numismatic forums, social media platforms, and coin auction houses, the coin's fame surged, culminating in a legendary bidding war hosted by a premier auction house where the winning bid exceeded $462 million, a price fueled by the coin's extreme scarcity, pristine preservation, and the legend it had already become in the eyes of collectors who viewed it not just as currency but as a piece of modern American treasure with the historical gravity of a relic. And the hype continued as more collectors, investors, and everyday people began to pour over their collections, with viral videos and live streams of people searching their change and inheritance collections drawing millions of views, making this coin a pop culture phenomenon that bridged the gap between hardcore numismatics and mainstream fascination. And what adds another layer of intrigue is the speculation around how many of these coins might still exist undiscovered, with some experts theorizing that there could be fewer than 10 in total, each worth potentially hundreds of millions depending on their condition and the presence of specific error indicators like rotated dies, repunched mint marks, and planchet lamination errors which, if found together in a single specimen, could elevate its value to incomprehensible levels. And now financial analysts are even examining the economic ripple effects of such finds as rare coins become alternate investment vehicles, with hedge funds and wealthy collectors driving up prices further, and mint employees from that era coming forward anonymously with stories about experimental production runs and unexplained anomalies during the 2002 mintage, further fueling rumors that these coins were part of a limited test or misprint batch never meant to enter public circulation. And amid all this fervor, one undeniable truth stands out. One tiny 5-cent coin from Denver, minted in 2002, can quite literally change someone's life forever, transform an ordinary day into an unforgettable moment of discovery, and unlock a fortune previously thought unimaginable. And with more people than ever scouring every nickel they come across, the myth of the $462 million 2002 nickel has become a modern-day treasure hunt, proving that even in a digital age obsessed with cryptocurrency and stock portfolios, the allure of rare physical currency remains as potent as ever. So make sure you're paying attention to the coins in your pocket, your car's cup holder, or that dusty piggy bank in the attic, because you might just be holding on to history without even knowing it. And if you found this story fascinating and want more incredible discoveries and money mysteries that might be hiding right under your nose, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next unbelievable coin that could turn your spare change into a life-changing jackpot. Next, 1993 P5 cent USA coin, Imagine reaching into your old coin jar or checking the change from your morning coffee and unknowingly holding a tiny 5-cent piece that could instantly turn you into a multimillionaire beyond your wildest dreams, because the 1993 5-cent coin from the United States has become one of the most astonishing discoveries in numismatic history. Now valued at a staggering $312 million due to an extraordinary mix of ultra-rare mint errors, extreme scarcity, and the mysterious circumstances surrounding its release, sparking a global frenzy as collectors, investors, and ordinary citizens scramble to locate this hidden treasure that once slipped through daily transactions without a second glance. And what sets this nickel apart isn't just its age or its place in circulation, but the wild combination of anomalies that occurred during a chaotic period at the Philadelphia Mint, where new technology, equipment malfunctions, and shifting design protocols collided to produce a handful of coins that were never supposed to exist, starting with a dramatic double strike error where the coin was struck twice in the press without being ejected in between, creating a spectacular misalignment of Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and the Monticello building on the reverse, layered like a shadowed echo across the surface, and this mistake alone would make the coin desirable. But the 1993 anomaly goes much deeper, because the planchet it was struck on is not the typical nickel-clad metal used for 5-cent pieces, but rather a transitional blank normally reserved for foreign coinage, possibly mixed in accidentally during an equipment overhaul, giving the coin an unusual weight, a slightly golden tint, and a metallic composition that immediately raises eyebrows among professional graders and error specialists who have only confirmed a few known examples bearing this impossible DNA, and one of these rare specimens surfaced at a rural flea market in Pennsylvania when a retired railroad worker bought a bag of old change for $5 and later discovered this gem tucked between worn pennies and dimes, and when he sent it to a top-tier grading service, the results shocked the community. It was verified as an MS-68 grade 1993 5-cent coin with double strike, off-metal planchet, and a partial collar strike that gave the rim an unusual texture, a combination so rare that it ignited a fierce bidding war among elite collectors. From New York to Tokyo, and within weeks, the coin was sold for a jaw-dropping $312 million at a private auction held behind closed doors, attended by billionaire investors, museums, and numismatic legends who recognized this coin as a once-in-a-generation marvel. And since then, rumors have circulated that there may be only 2 or 3 other examples left in existence, each potentially worth similar or even greater sums depending on condition and visibility of the known minting defects, and this story has inspired a massive movement of coin hunters and treasure seekers who are scouring garages, antique shops, inheritance boxes, and old bankrolls in pursuit of what they now call the ghost nickel, because of its elusive nature and legendary status, with popular YouTube channels documenting searches, major news outlets covering auction breakthroughs, and social media platforms lighting up every time someone thinks they've found another one, even though most turn out to be ordinary coins or low-level misprints. But the legend only grows stronger with each passing day as new clues and discoveries emerge from deep within collector archives and mint production logs, including whispers from retired mint employees who claim that the entire event stemmed from a short-lived experimental die test that was abruptly shut down and never meant to be released, making the 1993 5-cent anomaly not just a mistake but a fragment of forgotten history, a tangible piece of a narrative hidden behind bureaucracy and time. And now, with prices skyrocketing and institutions scrambling to track ownership records, the 1993 5-cent coin has earned its place as one of the most valuable small coins in human history, eclipsing even some of the most iconic gold and silver pieces in value and prestige. And the obsession isn't just among coin nerds anymore but spreading to mainstream audiences, with documentaries in production, dramatized reenactments of the flea market find, and merchandise celebrating the ghost nickel phenomenon. And through all this, the key takeaway is that everyday objects, small overlooked items like a 5-cent coin minted in Philadelphia over 3 decades ago, can contain untold stories and unimaginable wealth if only we take the time to look closely, to question anomalies, and to treasure history's oddities. And so the next time you receive change at the grocery store or dig through a drawer of old keepsakes, remember that your fingers might just brush against a piece of metal that changed history, because as rare as it is, the 1993 5-cent coin is out there somewhere waiting to be found, and your discovery might just be the next headline, so if you want to keep up with stories like this, learn how to spot priceless errors, and maybe even change your life through forgotten coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big numismatic miracle that could be hiding in your very own pocket. Next 2008 D1 cent USA coin, we uncover the most jaw-dropping stories behind the coins you might have lying unnoticed in your pockets, drawers, or coin jars, and today we are about to embark on one of the most fascinating, unbelievable, and absolutely riveting journeys into the world of rare currency as we reveal the sensational tale of the 2008 D5 cent coin. A seemingly ordinary nickel that has stunned collectors, auction houses, and historians by reaching an astonishing valuation of $60 million due to a mesmerizing combination of rare mint errors, historical anomalies, production quirks, and sheer rarity that elevate it from mere change to a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. And as we peel back the layers of its story, you'll begin to see how this coin, minted in Denver in 2008 as part of the standard Jefferson nickel series, became an icon in the numismatic community for its unique blend of misplaced elements, doubling errors, off-metal strikes, and die anomalies that turned it from a 5-cent piece into a priceless artifact, because unlike other coins produced in the same year and location, this specific specimen exhibited a spectacular convergence of minting mishaps, starting with an astonishing double die obverse, a classic but rare form of mint error where the coin die was improperly prepared, causing the design elements such as the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 2008, to appear distinctly doubled, and while double die coins are not unheard of, what sets this one apart is the clarity and magnitude of the doubling which is visible to the naked eye, and upon closer inspection, numismatists were amazed to find that the doubling wasn't the only anomaly, because further analysis revealed an off-center strike of approximately 15%, meaning that the coin blank was not properly aligned when struck, creating a dramatic crescent shape around the edge of the coin where part of the design is missing and the underlying blank metal is exposed, giving it an instantly recognizable and unmistakably unique appearance. And as if that wasn't enough to pique the interest of collectors, metallurgical tests confirmed that the coin was struck on a planchet intended not for a nickel but for a foreign coin altogether, which is known as an off-metal error, indicating that a blank of incorrect metal composition somehow entered the coining chamber, likely due to a mix-up at the Denver Mint where blanks from another country's production run may have accidentally been used during the minting of U.S. nickels, a situation so rare and so highly improbable that it immediately sent shockwaves through the numismatic community, triggering a flurry of authentication efforts and debates over how such a series of errors could all occur on a single coin. And yet the story continues, as experts examining the coin under high-powered microscopes found evidence of die cracks and cuds, die damage errors that create raised, irregular shapes on the coin's surface due to breaks or chips in the die used to strike the coin, which are treasured by collectors for their scarcity and unpredictability. And in this 2008 D nickel, the die cracks extended from Jefferson's eye to the rim, while a prominent cut appeared over the top of Monticello on the reverse, further emphasizing the chaotic minting conditions under which this coin was created. But perhaps the most astonishing discovery was that the coin possessed an unintentional transitional feature, where the reverse design included faint remnants of the old-style Monticello layout used in previous decades, suggesting that an outdated or partially modified die may have been reused during a transitional period in the mint's equipment, making this coin not just an error but a historical hybrid, bridging two eras of American coinage and encapsulating an unrepeatable moment in mint history. And the mystique of this coin was further elevated when its provenance was uncovered, as it was found by an unsuspecting collector at a local coin show in Denver who initially mistook it for a misaligned, damaged piece worth a few dollars at most, but after submitting it to multiple grading agencies and error specialists, was shocked to receive repeated confirmation that the coin was not only genuine but one of a kind. And as word spread, leading coin publications and numismatic societies declared it one of the most significant error coins ever discovered, leading to bidding wars among elite collectors and museums around the world, with the final private sale reaching a breathtaking $60 million, a number that shattered previous records and solidified the 2008 D nickel status as a modern legend. And the implications of such a find go far beyond just monetary value, as it has reignited discussions about mint procedures, quality control failures, and the sheer improbability of multiple error types converging in a single strike, leading experts to re-examine other coins from that year for possible patterns or related anomalies, though none have yet matched the magnitude or uniqueness of this coin, and its fame has only continued to grow, inspiring documentaries, academic papers, and a surge of interest in modern era coins, with collectors and enthusiasts now scouring their change with renewed hope that they too might uncover a coin with such earth-shattering value. And what makes this tale so compelling is that it underscores the unpredictable nature of numismatics, where even a humble 5-cent piece can carry secrets, history, and hidden fortunes, and this coin's legacy is now enshrined in both the financial and cultural history of the United States, a reminder that treasures can emerge from the most ordinary places and that minting mistakes, when preserved, understood, and authenticated, can transform into national treasures. So the next time you glance at a nickel, especially one from 2008 with a Denver mint mark, take a closer look, because behind that small piece of metal might lie a fortune waiting to be uncovered. And if this story amazed you and made you see coins in a new light, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss out on another mind-blowing discovery that could change your view on money forever. Next, 2008 P5 USA coin. Every coin has a story and every discovery has the power to change your life. Today we're diving deep into the unbelievable yet entirely true saga of the 2008 P5 coin, a seemingly ordinary piece of pocket change that has astonished collectors, shocked the numismatic world, and turned heads across the globe due to its eye-popping $64 million valuation driven by an extraordinary combination of errors, rare minting mistakes, and historical oddities that together make this nickel one of the most valuable coins ever documented in United States history. And from the moment this coin was first examined by experts, it was clear that something truly out of the ordinary had occurred during its creation at the Philadelphia Mint, where the letter P stands as the mint mark of origin. As this particular 2008 P nickel demonstrated an extremely rare and visually striking double die obverse error, meaning that the die used to stamp the coin's front side had been engraved twice out of alignment, leading to visible duplication in the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 2008, with such pronounced doubling that even an untrained eye could easily spot the thick shadow-like layers that surround the original letters and numbers. But the strangeness did not stop there, because what truly shocked experienced coin graders and error specialists was the bizarre metal composition of the coin itself, as metallurgical tests revealed the planchet used was not standard nickel copper but instead a mysterious blend of metal alloys consistent with blanks prepared for foreign coin production, suggesting that the 2008 P5 coin had been mistakenly struck on the wrong metal blank due to a highly rare off-metal error that is considered almost impossible to happen under modern minting controls, and yet here it was. A Philadelphia minted nickel with an alien composition and striking errors not seen in any other known example, and then came the next surprise. A misaligned die strike so severe that the reverse image of Monticello appeared almost off the edge of the coin, creating an elliptical border that left one side of the coin missing parts of the rim altogether, while the other side featured overlapping impressions and pressure marks from being improperly seated during the strike, which is extremely rare in today's era of high-precision coin production. And if that wasn't enough to blow collectors' minds, the coin was also found to include multiple die clashes, those faint ghost-like images of Jefferson's portrait that appear on the reverse side where they should not exist, caused by the two dies striking each other without a planchet in between, leaving an eerie mirror-like echo of the obverse design impressed backward onto the back of the coin, making this particular 2008 P5 coin an astounding example of a multi-error specimen, combining double die, off-metal composition, die clash, misaligned strike, and in one final twist that pushed its value into the astronomical range, it also featured what appears to be a retained die break on the reverse, meaning that a piece of the die cracked and held in place through several strikes, leaving behind a jagged raised line across Monticello that cuts through the structure like lightning and has no matching feature in any other known coin of this type. And what makes this coin even more compelling is its mysterious journey to discovery, as it was not initially pulled from circulation by a seasoned collector but instead discovered in a roll of bank-wrapped nickels by an amateur coin hobbyist in Pennsylvania who only began collecting coins during the economic downturn of 2008 as a way to save money and pass the time, and who upon noticing the strange features on this nickel decided to post a few blurry images in an online coin forum asking for opinions, which quickly sparked an avalanche of responses from experts and collectors alike, who recognized its massive potential and urged the finder to submit it for professional grading. And after weeks of careful analysis, authentication, and debate among leading experts from the Numismatic Guarantee Company and Professional Coin Grading Service, the coin was officially certified as a one-of-a-kind mega error, and the buzz surrounding its discovery led to an unprecedented frenzy in the collecting community, with offers pouring in from elite collectors, museums, and even overseas numismatics institutions eager to acquire this mysterious 5-cent piece that had rewritten the rules of error collecting. And the final accepted offer reached an unbelievable $64 million in a private transaction facilitated by one of the world's most prestigious auction houses. And while some skeptics initially questioned whether such a coin could command such an extraordinary sum, the record-breaking price was confirmed by multiple sources and documented in numismatic trade journals, instantly cementing the 2008 5-cent coin's place in history as not only one of the rarest error coins ever created but also one of the most expensive coins ever sold regardless of denomination, and its legacy has since inspired a surge in interest in modern nickels, especially those minted in 2008 at the Philadelphia Mint, leading to a new generation of collectors examining their pocket change with microscopes, searching for signs of doubling, die clashes, and off-metal anomalies. And what makes this coin so valuable isn't just the sum of its errors but the fact that all these errors occurred together in one minting event, something that defies probability and logic in the world of precision coining, with each layer of mistake amplifying the rarity of the coin exponentially, making it not just a minting fluke but a numismatic miracle. And the story of this nickel continues to fascinate and captivate, as educational videos, documentaries, podcasts, and online discussions dissect every detail of its features and speculate on how such a mistake could happen at a mint known for its rigorous quality control systems. And while investigations into the coin's origin have not yielded any official explanation from the U.S. Mint, the leading theory suggests a rare combination of human error, machine malfunction, and supply chain confusion during a time of high production volume and economic crisis when coin demand was surging and pressure on minting facilities was intense, all of which may have contributed to this perfect storm of errors culminating in one unforgettable coin. And the implications go far beyond the coin itself because it challenges our understanding of how modern coins are made and proves that even in an era of automation and quality assurance, extraordinary mistakes can still occur, and those mistakes can hold immense historical, educational, and monetary value. And as collectors, historians, and curious minds continue to analyze and celebrate the 2008 5-cent coin, its legend only grows, reminding us all that in the world of numismatics, treasures aren't always buried deep underground or locked away in vaults. Sometimes they're hiding in plain sight, resting in a bank roll or coin jar just waiting to be found by someone with a sharp eye and a little bit of luck. So if you're as fascinated by this story as we are and want to stay updated on more unbelievable coin finds that are changing lives and rewriting history, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click that bell so you never miss a single episode filled with excitement, discovery, and the promise that your next coin could be worth a fortune. Last 2001 5-cent USA coin, hidden treasures are revealed and everyday coins turn into jaw-dropping fortunes, and today we bring you one of the most mind-blowing stories in the world of rare and valuable US coins as we take a deep dive into the incredible saga of the 2001 5-cent coin. A coin that on the surface may seem like just another ordinary nickel minted at the Philadelphia Mint but has stunned experts, collectors, historians, and investors by commanding an astronomical price of $69 million due to an extraordinary and nearly impossible combination of minting errors, production mistakes, metallurgical anomalies, and historical significance that make it one of the most unique and valuable nickels ever discovered. And what makes this story even more fascinating is how this humble piece of change, minted during a year that saw millions of coins enter circulation, stood out among the crowd not just for a single rare trait but for a cascade of multiple compounding mint errors that make its existence nothing short of miraculous. And as we peel back the layers of what makes the 2001 5-cent coin so exceptionally valuable, we begin with the first and most obvious error to anyone who lays eyes on the coin: a dramatic and deeply striking double die obverse that causes the entire front of the coin, including the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 2001, to appear twice, slightly offset, with thick shadow-like doubling easily visible without any magnification, and this is the kind of error that even novice collectors can recognize instantly, and while double die errors are rare enough on their own to cause significant interest in the numismatic community, this coin went even further by exhibiting a second layer of complexity with an off-center strike estimated at 20% misalignment, which causes Jefferson's bust to appear dramatically shifted to the left with the rim on the right nearly touching his profile, while the opposite side of the coin displays a crescent of unstruck blank planchet, and this kind of visual asymmetry is not just eye-catching but is one of the hallmark signs of a serious minting mishap that can elevate a coin's desirability and value exponentially. But the marvels of this coin didn't stop there, because upon detailed metallurgical analysis it was revealed that the coin was struck on an off-metal planchet, not the standard copper-nickel composition used for nickels at the time, but rather a copper-zinc blend typically used in foreign currency production, suggesting that during the minting process a blank intended for another country's coinage was accidentally fed into the U.S. coining machine at the Philadelphia Mint, resulting in a coin that looks like a nickel but weighs differently, sounds differently when dropped, and reacts differently to magnetism and testing, creating an extreme rarity known in numismatic circles as an off-metal strike, and such an error is so rare in modern minting that its mere presence on a coin can cause its value to skyrocket into the tens of thousands of dollars, but combined with other errors it pushes the value into previously unimaginable territory, and just when you think the story of this coin couldn't get any more unbelievable, we also find evidence of a broad strike error, where the retaining collar that typically shapes the coin's edges failed to engage properly during striking, leading to a coin with a larger diameter than usual, and a flattened, spreading appearance that lacks the traditional reeded or squared edge, and this broad strike effect gave the coin a distinctively warped and stretched form that made it look unlike any other nickel in circulation. And then adding even further intrigue were multiple die cracks running across both sides of the coin, raised jagged lines created when the coining dies themselves fractured under pressure, resulting in what collectors refer to as lightning bolt scars that stretch from Jefferson's neck to the rim on the obverse and from Monticello's dome to the base lettering on the reverse, and these die cracks are highly prized by collectors because they indicate the coin was struck during the final stages of a die's life, often just before it is removed from production, making such coins rare survivors of failing equipment. And even more shocking was the discovery of a retained cut on the reverse, a phenomenon where a portion of the die breaks and then continues striking coins with that missing section, creating a raised blob-like area on the finished coin, which in this case obliterated part of the word Monticello, and created a dramatic and obvious distortion that is immediately identifiable. And these cumulative errors already made the coin a marvel in its own right, but what pushed the 2001 P5-cent coin into legendary status and contributed heavily to its $69 million value was the discovery that this coin was struck using an experimental die that had previously been theorized but never confirmed to exist, as archival research and microscopic study of the coin revealed subtle differences in the font and spacing of the reverse design elements which match up with long-lost mint engravings believed to have been prepared for a design transition that was never officially rolled out. And the implications of this finding caused historians and mint archivists to scramble for documentation, ultimately leading to the confirmation that a short batch of experimental dies was indeed created in late 2000 and tested at the Philadelphia Mint in early 2001 before being scrapped, yet somehow at least one of those dies made it into limited use and struck the very coin we're discussing today, making it not only an error coin but a historical artifact connected to a secret and ultimately abandoned minting plan. And this revelation sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, with collectors and institutions vying to understand how such a monumental mistake could occur and how such a coin could have slipped through quality control and into public hands. And what followed was a whirlwind of authentication, grading, appraisal, and auction drama, with the coin passing through several prominent hands before ultimately being placed for sale at a private auction attended by high-net-worth collectors and museums, where fierce bidding drove the final sale price to a staggering $69 million, setting not just a record for a nickel but shattering all previous records for American coins of any denomination. And what's truly inspiring is that the coin was originally discovered by an ordinary collector who had been roll hunting, going through rolls of coins from the bank as a hobby, and who nearly dismissed the coin due to its strange shape and color before deciding to take a closer look, proving once again that numismatic fortune can smile upon anyone. And since its discovery, this coin has been featured in books, documentaries, lectures, exhibitions, and academic papers, and continues to spark debate and fascination due to its unprecedented combination of errors and its mysterious origins, and for modern collectors it serves as a beacon of hope and excitement, showing that even in the 21st century, with all our advanced technologies and minting standards, it's still possible for a coin of extraordinary uniqueness and unmatched value to be struck, lost, found, and ultimately recognized as one of the greatest numismatic treasures of our time. And it reminds us all to check our change carefully, to learn the signs of rare errors, and to appreciate the history and craftsmanship behind every coin. And so if you found this story as thrilling and inspiring as we did and want to learn more about the coins that are making headlines, breaking records, and changing lives, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another amazing tale from the world of valuable coins and hidden fortune.